Welcome back to e-Vidya, where learning is easy. A quick reminder, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Today, we will look at chapter number 6, which is fun with give and take. In chapter 3, we looked at give and take. Now this is fun with give and take. Before I start this chapter, I want to highlight a few keywords as they pertain to addition and subtraction. When we say addition, we add two numbers. Okay, there could be some word problems, also story problems in this chapter, where a problem will be defined in a way, in a manner. A problem will be defined as a story, or it will be described with a few words instead of giving us straight numbers. And when such a story is given to us, we should be looking for some keywords to help us identify whether we are going to add the numbers in it or subtract the numbers in it. So as far as addition goes, we could be looking for keywords such as all together, both, some, in all. When we find any of these words, we need to add the numbers in the problem. But as far as subtraction goes, we could be asked, how many more? How much is left? What is the difference? Some keywords like remaining, more than, or less than, take away. Now when we see any of these words or phrases, we need to subtract the numbers. So when we read the word problem or a story problem, let's look at keywords. If we can find any of these keywords in the word problem, then we know what operation, addition or subtraction, we need to do. So once again, when we find words such as altogether, both, some, in all, we need to add. When we find phrases such as how many more, how much is left, what is the difference, or words such as remaining, more than, less than, take away, we need to subtract, minus the numbers in the problem. Okay, now let's start the chapter. Cricket match. Now we all like cricket. Let's see what's happening over here. In a cricket match, Sri Lanka made 235 runs. And India has made 123 runs so far. How many more runs does India need to win? So, I think we found one of our keywords. How many more? How many more? How many more runs does India need to win? We all want India to win. So, let's see how many more runs does India need to win. To win, India must make 236 runs, right? Sri Lanka made 235. So if India makes 235, India wins the match. So runs India needs to win is, like we said, we found how many more. We found our key word or key phrase in this story problem. How many more? So we need to subtract. So we need to subtract 123, the number of runs that India has already made, from 236, which is the number of runs that India needs to win. So let's see how much will that value be. Let's write 236 first, and from that we will be subtracting 123. In the ones place we have 6 and 3, so 6 minus 3. Start with 6 fingers, close 3 fingers, and we'll have 4, 5 and 6. That is 3 more fingers. 3 minus 2, start with 3, count 2 down, and we have 1 left. Start with 2, count 1, we have 1 in 100s place. So India needs 113 runs. So what does that mean? It needs to hit at least 1 century, which is 100, and then another 13 runs to win the match. So it is 113 runs. There we have it. Runs to win is 236 runs by India that India had already made, 123. So runs needed to win is 6 minus 3 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. And again 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay. Now there is another word problem over here. Try it yourself. Geeta had 368 rupees in her purse. She bought a book for 123 rupees. Right? How much money is left? There we have our keyword, left in her purse. So we start with 368. She already spent 123. So how much money is left? Let's subtract. $368 minus 123. Right? 8 minus 3 is 5 in the ones place. 6 minus 2 is 4 in the tens place. 3 minus 1 is 2 in the 100s place. So Geeta will be left with 245 rupees. Right? 8 minus 3 is 5. 6 minus 2 is 4. 3 minus 2 is 1. So we subtract 3 ones from 8 ones. So you have 8 ones over here. Let's subtract 3 ones. So you're left with 5 ones. 2, 3, 4, 5 is what we wrote here. You have 6 tens. Let's subtract 2 tens. We remove 2 tens. We are left with 4 tens. It is what we wrote here. 4 tens. We have 300s to start with. Let's remove 100 from it. We have 2 more hundreds remaining, which is 245 rupees. Okay, the next one is, can you help Nabila? Nabila's mother sent her to the market to buy some things. Okay, she gave her 245 rupees. Okay, Nabila bought 1 kg ghee for 127 rupees. The shopkeeper gave her back 98 rupees. They're saying kilogram is written in short form as kg. Kg means kilogram. Did the shopkeeper give her the right amount? Let's find out. So, how much did we start with? 245, right? That's how much Nabila had in the beginning. How much did she spend? Is 127. So how much should she be left with? Again, the keyword is left over there. So we are subtracting. So we have 5 in the ones place and we need to subtract 7. Okay. Now we need to borrow or regroup. And let's see how we are going to do that. Okay. You have 245 minus 127. So, we need to subtract 7 from 5. Can you do that? Open 5 fingers and close 7 fingers? No, you can't do that. So, what do we need to do? We need to borrow. Or, in other words, we need to regroup. So, now, what is really 245? You have 2 hundreds, right? 4 tens and 5 ones, right? This is the hundreds place, this is the tens place, and this is the ones place. So we have 4 tens over here, right? So let's borrow from the tens. When we say borrow from the tens, we have 4 tens. If we borrow 1 10 out of the 4 tens, we will be left with only 3 tens, right? We will be left with 3 tens. When we borrow, we bring them over to the ones place. So 110 is how many ones? It is 10 ones. Since we are in the ones column, we write them as 10. And we already have 5 over here. So let's add. We have 5 and we borrowed 110, which is 10 ones, right? When we are putting the same number in the tens column, we just put 4 or 3. That means 4 tenths or 3 tenths. When we bring over 1 tenth from the tens column and we put them in the ones column, we put them as ones. So 1 tenth is 10 ones. That's why we write here 10 ones. So 10 ones and 5 ones is a total of 15. So I will erase that and just put it as 15. Right? So we have 15 in the ones place. Now subtract 7 from it. Right? You have count up from 7 to 15. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That gives me 8. Now in the tens place, we had 4 tenths. We gave away 1 tenth, which means we are left with 3 tenths. So 3 minus 2 tenths is 1 tenth. And 2 minus 100 is 118. Right? So we get 118. And how much did the shopkeeper give her back? He gave her back only 98. Right? So that means the shopkeeper did not give her the right amount. The answer is no. Did the shopkeeper give her the right amount? No. He should have given her 118, but he gave her only 98. Okay. There we have it. So the shopkeeper needs to give her 118. How much more money should the shopkeeper give her? So she should have gotten 118, but the shopkeeper gave her only 98. How much more is the key word here, which means subtract. So when we subtract 118 minus 98, we get 20. Let's do that right over here. 118 minus 98. 8 minus 8 is 0. Now we have 1 minus 9, which you can do. So let's regroup that. This becomes 11 because there was only 1 10 in the tens place. But let's borrow it from the hundreds place, which means you have 0 more hundreds. You gave away the 10 tenths over here, 10 tenths plus the existing 1 10, which is 11 tenths. So you have 11 minus 9 is 2. So the shopkeeper should give her 20 more rupees to Nabila. Okay. Next. Baby tortoise is 33 years old. Mummy tortoise is 150 years old. How much younger is baby tortoise than mommy tortoise? So we have mommy's tortoise as 150, baby's age is 33. So like we said, how much younger or how much more, or in this case younger, that's the key word here. So we will be subtracting. So 150 minus 33, and how much will we get? 117. Let's try to solve that also. Okay. Okay. We have 150 and we need to subtract 33 from it. So you cannot subtract 3 from 0. So we have 0 ones. We need to borrow it from the tens column. Again, this is the hundreds column, this is the tens column, and this is the ones column. Right? So you have 5 tens over here. So let's give away 1 10, which will leave only 4 tens over here, and we bring the 1 10 from tens place to ones place. So 1 10 is how many ones? 10 ones. So we need to write 10. Right? Now let's see if we can subtract. 10 minus 3 is 7, and 4 minus 3 is 1, and 1 minus 0 is 1. So you have 100 117 as the remaining number. So I just want to make sure that you understand the borrowing or regrouping concept. So I want to talk about this one more time. Okay. So what we're doing over here is, first let's put the places hundreds, tens and ones. Okay. We have 150, 100, 5 tens and 0 ones. We have 33, so 3 tens and 3 ones, and we are subtracting. So we cannot subtract 3 from 0, so we need to borrow. So 150 is 100, 5 tens and 0 ones. So like I said, we cannot subtract 3 from 0, so we will borrow it or regroup from tens first. There were 5 tens, and when we give away 1 10, there are only 4 more tens remaining in the tens column. Since we gave away 1 10 and they go over to the ones column. 1 10 is how many ones? Like we said, 1 10 is also 10 ones. So when we're writing it in the ones column, we will write it as the number of ones, which is 10. Okay. Now, we earlier had it 150, but after the regrouping, let's see, the total should match up to 150, and let's verify that. Now we have 100, we still have 100 like we had it in the beginning. Okay. Now you have 4 tens instead of 5 tens earlier. And how many ones do we have? 10 ones. 10 ones. So 100, 4 tens is 40. So we have 140 and we have 10 ones. So 0 plus 0 is 0, 4 plus 1 is 5, 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1. So we still end up with 150, which is what we began with. 100, 5 tens and 0 ones is 150. After the regrouping, we still did not change the value of that number. We are still having 150. We only regrouped in order to help our subtraction. Okay. So now we can subtract. 10 minus 3 is 7, 4 minus 3 is 1, 1 minus 0 is 1. So we still get 117, and by regrouping we did not change the value of the number. Okay, let's move on. Arvind has read 69 pages of a storybook. Gauri has read 95 pages of that storybook. Who has read more pages? There we have it, more, and another keywords. How many more? So obviously we know Gauri has read more pages because we know that 95 is bigger than 69. So 95 minus 69. How do we solve it? Again, we cannot subtract 9 from 5. So let's borrow from the tens place. There are 9 tens and let's give away 1 10 to the ones place. If we give away 1 10, we will be left with 8 tens. And when we give 1 10, which means 10 ones, and we already have 5 ones, so in the ones place we have 15. 15 minus 9, let's count up to 15 from 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That gave me 6 ones. And in the tens place, 8 tens minus 6 tens, we have 2 tens. So Gauri has read 26 more pages than Arvind. Seems like she's a fast reader. Okay, now Reena noted the electricity meter readings of her house. Last month's reading was 118 units. This month's reading is 193 units. How much electricity did she use in 1 month? Basically, we need to find out the difference. Right? 193 minus 118. Okay, again, let's start subtracting. In the ones place we have 3 and minus 8. We cannot subtract 8 from 3, so let's borrow from the tens place. After giving away 110, we will be left with 8 tens, and since we brought over 110, which is 10 ones, and we already have 3 ones, we have a total of 13 ones in the ones place. 13 minus 8, we can subtract 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 gives me 5. And we have 8 ones now, minus 1, 1, that gives me 7 ones. 1 minus 100 is 0 in the hundreds place. So we have, she used 75 units of electricity. Kushbu bought a shirt for 125 and trousers for 165. How much money did she spend all together? There we have it, our keyword all together. So 165 for the trousers, 125 for the shirt. We know that all together means we need to add. So let's add. 5 plus 5 is 10. So let's put the 0 ones in the ones place and carry the 110 to the tens place. Right? 10 is 110 or 10 ones. So we are putting the 0 in the ones place, 0 ones, and carry the 110 to the tens place. So we have a 6 plus 2 plus 1, a total of 9 tens, and 100 plus 100 is 200. Right? So we have that she spent 290 rupees all together. We did an addition. Now solve the following. 17 minus 3. So let's subtract 3 from 7. Let's count up from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That gives me 4. And 1 minus 0 is 1. Now 14 plus 3. 4 plus 3 is 7 in the ones place, and 1 plus 0 is 1 in the tens place. Okay. Next one is 39 minus 10. 9 minus 0 is 9 in the ones place. 3 minus 1 is 2 in the tens place. Next one is 12 plus 24. 2 plus 4 in the ones place is 6 ones, and 2 plus 1 in the tens place is 3. 36. Last one is 86 minus 58. Over here we need to regroup. We cannot subtract 8 from 6. So let's regroup. We have 8 tens. Let's give away 1 10. That will leave us with 7 tens. We carried over 1 10, which is 10 ones, and we already have 6 ones. So we have a total of 16 ones in the ones place. 16 minus 8 is 8. And 7 minus 5 tens is 2 tens. 28. And we have some more problems here. 139 minus 110. 9 minus 0 is still 9. 3 minus 1 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. 213 213. 7 plus 3 is 10. Right? Which means 110 and 0 ones. This is ones and this is tens. 110 and 0 ones. Let's put the ones in the ones column, which is 0 ones. Carry the 110 as a 1 to the tens column. 1 plus 3 plus 1 is 5. And 2 plus 2 hundreds is 4. 325 minus 204. 5 minus 4 gives me 1, 1. 2 minus 0 gives me 2 tens. 3 minus 2 is 1 10. Next one, 474 minus 136. 474. We cannot subtract 6 from 4. So let's regroup. Give away 110 from the 7 tens, leaving me with 6 tens. Carry the tens, 110 to as 10 ones to the ones column, and it already has 4 ones. That is a total of 14 ones. 14 minus 6 gives me 8 ones. 6 minus 3 is 3 tens. 4 minus 3 hundreds is 3 hundreds. Next, 642 minus 413. We have 2 in the ones column minus 3, which we cannot do. So one more regrouping. Give away 1 10 from the 4 tens, leaving me with 3 tens. The 1 10 is carried over as 10 ones. Add them to the 2 existing ones, which gives me 12 ones. 12 minus 3 gives me 9. 3 minus 1 gives me 2. 6 minus 4 gives me 2. You have 229. The next one is an addition. 9 plus 0 is 9. 4 plus 2 is 6. Last one is 135 plus 146. 5 plus 6 is 11, which means we have 1 10 and 1 1. Let's put the 1 1 in the ones column and carry the 1 10 into the tens column as a 1 10. 1 plus 3 plus 4 gives me 8. 2 hundreds. 100 plus 100. That is 2 hundreds. Check your answers yourself. Okay. What's happening over here is, first let's do the subtraction. 236 minus 114. 6 minus 4 gives me 2 in the ones column. 3 minus 1 gives me again a 2 in the tens column. 2 minus 1 gives me 1 in the hundreds column, right? Now, what they're saying is, when you add up these two numbers, we should get 236. And let's see if we get it. 122 plus 114. 2 plus 4 in the ones column is 6, 2 plus 1 in the tens column is 3, and 1 plus 1 in the hundreds column is 2. We get 236, which is the same as 236 over here. So this is one method where we can verify our answers for subtraction. Another example, 340 minus 340 minus 28. We cannot subtract 8 from 0, so we need to regroup. Let's take a 10 from the tens column, leaving 3 tens, and 1 10 is written as 10 ones, and there are no ones, so that gives me 10 ones. 10 minus 8 is 2, which is correct. 3 minus 2 ones is 1, 3 minus 2 tens is 1 10, and 3 minus 0 is 3 hundreds. So when we add 312 and 28, we should be getting 340. 2 plus 8 is 10, so we put the 0 ones over here and carry the 10, 1 10 over here. 2 plus 1 plus 1 is 4 in the tens, and 3 hundreds. So those numbers add up. The next one is check Rashi's subtraction using addition. Give her a tick mark for every right answer. Okay, we need to check Rashi's work. 4 minus 3 is 1, which is correct. 8 minus 4 is 4, which is correct. 3 minus 2 is 1, which is correct. Like we said, there is another way to verify a subtraction, that is to add the bottom two numbers, and we should receive a total which is matching with the top number. So 141 plus 243 is 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 4 is 8, 1 plus 2 is 3, which matches up with 384 over here. So that is a correct. Next one is 468 minus 139. What she's saying is she got 221. Let's see if we also get the same thing. Let's write 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. Let's put the 0 ones in the ones column and carry the 1 10. 3 plus 2 plus 1 gives me 6. 2 plus 1 gives me 3. So we should get 360, but Rashi got 468. So I will put a cross mark. She did not get that answer right. Okay, the next one, let's see this one. 119 plus 247. 9 plus 7 is 16, which is 110 and 6 ones. We will put the 6 ones in the ones column and carry the 110 to the tens column, which gives me 1 plus 1 plus 4 is 6 and 3 hundreds. So I got here 366, whereas Rashi got 356. So her answer is again wrong. the last one. Let's add these two numbers, 221 and 139. 9 plus 1 is 10. 110 is 0 over here, and carry the 110 to the top. 1 plus 2 plus 3 gives me 6. 2 plus 1 gives me 3. Right? So I get 360, whereas Rashi got 468. Again, her answer is wrong. Fill in the missing numbers in the colored boxes. So the operation over here is minus. So 8 minus how much is 5? So let's count up from 5 to 8, 6, 7, 8. That gives me 3. So 8 minus 3 is 5. 7 minus 3 is 4. Okay. Now over here again we have subtraction, and count 7 plus 2 is 9. So that gives me 9 minus 7 is 2. And 1, right? We cannot subtract any number from 1 in order to get 3, right? So that should have been 11. Guys, let's borrow a 10, or this is 100. So let's borrow 100 from the hundreds place, leaving only 100 in the hundreds place, and 100, which is a 10 over here, right? 10 tens plus 110 gives me 11 tens. 11 tens. 11 minus 8 gives me 3. Right? And we have 100 minus 100, which gives me 0 hundreds. Okay? Now, this one, we have a minus over here. 6 minus 6 gives me 0. Now, 6 plus 3 gives me 9. So, we put up 9 over here. So, 9 minus 3 is 6. 4 minus 8, which we cannot do. So, we need to borrow a 10 from the tens place. That leaves only 3 tens. And we got 1 10, which is 10 ones, plus 4, that is 14 ones. 14 minus 8 is 6. 3 tens minus 3 tens is 0 tens. And 4 minus 2 is 2. So 2 plus 2 gives me 4, which also means 4 minus 2 leaves me with 2. Right? Let's recap over here. 9 minus 3 is 6. And look at it other way. 6 plus 3 is 9. Okay? And another minus here. 8 minus 3 is 5. And if we verify that, 5 plus 3 gives me 8. And over here, 7 minus 3 gives me 4. 4 plus 3 gives me 7. Okay, so we verified our answers. Okay, let's move on. Let's deliver letters. Postman uncle is ill today. Let's deliver the letters for him. Okay, okay, this looks like Kittu's home a little bit, but apparently these are one home each. Right? So let's help him. Here is an example. 445 plus 10 is 455. That makes sense. 5 ones plus 0 ones is 5 ones. 4 tens and 1 10 is 5 tens. So we have 5 in tens place and 5 in ones place. 4 hundreds as it is, because 4 plus 0 hundreds is 4. So we have 455. Now, similarly, let's solve the other ones. 467 plus 11. 7 ones and 1 ones is 8 ones. 6 tens and 1 10 is 7 tens. 4 hundreds and 0 hundreds is 400. Now, 450 minus 19. Let's solve it here. (450 minus 19), right? So, we have a 0 over here. Let's borrow some from the tens place. We have 5 tens. Let's give away 1 10, leaving 4 tens, and we got 10 ones. 10 minus 9 is 1. 4 minus 1 is 3 tens, and 4 minus 0 hundreds is 400s. 431. 431. 430 plus 15. 5 and 0 ones is 5. 3 and 110 is 4. 4 and 0 hundreds is 400. Okay. Now, the next one is 480 minus 9. Okay. 480 minus 9. Let's borrow. Give away 110, leaving 7 tens over here, and we have 10 ones in the ones column. 10 minus 9 is 1. 7 minus 0 tens is 7 tens, and 4 minus 0 hundreds is 4 hundreds. So we have 471. 498 minus 23. 498 minus 23. 8 minus 3 ones is 5 ones. 9 minus 2 tens is 7 tens, and 4 minus 0 hundreds is 4 hundreds. You have 475. 475. Next one is 467 plus 22. 7 plus 2 ones is 9. 6 plus 2 eights is 8. 6 plus 2 eights. 6 plus 2 tens is 8 tens. 4 and 0 hundreds is 4 hundreds. I missed one over here. 2 plus 8 ones is 10. So put the 0 ones over here and carry the 110 to the tens place. We have 5, 1, 1, 7 tens and 4 hundreds. 426 plus 38. 6 plus 8 ones is 14 ones, which is 1, 10 and 4 ones. Let's put the ones in the ones column. Carry the 10 ones as 1 10 into the tens column. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6 and 4 hundreds. 464. 429 plus 10 plus 10. 9 plus 0 plus 0 in the ones column is 9. 2 plus 1 plus 2 in the tens column is 5. And 4 plus 0 hundreds is 4. 459. Another one. 466 minus 33. 6 minus 3 ones is 3. Again, 6 minus 3 tens is 3 tens, and 4 minus 0 hundreds is 4 hundreds. 433. 410 plus 13 plus 11. 0 plus 3 plus 1 ones is 4 ones. 1 plus 1 plus 1 tens is 3 tens, and 4 hundreds. 434. Last one is 461 plus 25. 1 plus 5 ones is 6 ones. 6 plus 2 tens is 8 tens, and 4 plus 0 hundreds is 486. And we have delivered all the post mail, and the mailman is resting. Hope he gets well soon. Okay, and I think this is a good place to stop, and let's pick up the remaining chapter in the next video. And again, like I said, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so.